TK. I want to get to Jeff Sims, the Georgia Tech quarterback. He transfers up to Nebraska with Matt Rhule. And I'm going to tell you, this guy, when he entered, I've only seen him play, probably 4 or 5 times. But I'm going to tell you, man, he's one that has like crazy potential. And then I looked at his numbers when he was at Georgia Tech, and I was like, damn, the numbers just weren't, there was nothing sexy about the numbers at all. But I kept going back to his film. This guy is electric, has the ability to be big time, and we'll see what Matt Rhule can get out of him on his comeback to the college level at Nebraska. But Nebraska gets a hell of an athlete in Jeff Sims. I don't know if you got a chance to see him much, but he's got a chance to be special, T.
Yeah, I didn't follow him going through recruiting, so I could be completely off here. But this, to me, with all the potential that he has and the tools that he possesses, seems to me like a guy that may have just fell through the recruiting cracks, which still happens. With all the technology and the different services we have nowadays, there are still elite players that fall through the cracks. So, again, I could be completely off. I don't know how many offers he had or anything like that. But given that he ended up at Georgia Tech, tells me that was probably his best offer, and we can maybe fact check that one. But this is a good move for him. This is a good move. Matt Rhule, similar to Scott Frost, although that just crashed and burned. A guy that did amazing at Baylor in developing an offense that could score and score quickly, goes to the NFL ranks. He understands what it takes at that level to produce a quarterback to get to that level, and it's fresh. It's right on his fingertips. So Jeff Sims goes up there, can resurrect a massive fan base in Nebraska, get all of that fanship behind you, wear the N on the side of your helmet, which is a big-time logo, and potentially get groomed by a Matt Rhule to go and fulfill his dream to play at the next level.
Yeah, hey, I tell you what, too, don't forget Marcus Satterfield is his offensive coordinator, and he was the offensive coordinator at South Carolina, and that just eventually got Spencer Rattler turned around to playing good football. So Jeff Sims, a little bit different animal there, obviously not as well thought of as a passer with Spencer Rattler, but boy, you talk about Marcus has the ability, Satterfield that is, has the ability to look at the skill set between him and Matt Rhule. They'll figure out how to use that. Go ahead, Bob.
And I'll say this, this in from Trevor Valise, our producer. Jeff Sims' offers were Georgia Tech, Maryland, Boston College, and Bowling Green. So he wasn't a big time recruit, right? I mean, you can now argue, well, why not Maryland over Georgia Tech, so on and so forth. That was in his recruiting, but obviously a guy that slipped through the cracks, right? Yeah. So now he's got an opportunity to go up there and make a name for himself.
We're dropping our merch. We got to start calling Underwood Daddy Brad.